Welcome to part number 6 of this video series on the gene keys. In today's video, we're going to explore the Venus sequence. The Venus sequence is the sequence after the activation sequence. It is one of the most profound journeys that you're going to take through the gene keys. Now, you can activate your creative genius and your higher purpose through the lens of the activation sequence. But until you heal your heart, you'll keep hitting the same emotional walls. This is where the Venus sequence comes in. As I mentioned, it's one of the more profound journeys you can take because it reveals your deepest wounds, your relationship patterns, and your longing for love, as we are all connected. The Venus sequence is the second sequence in your Gene Keys profile. It's up through the red spheres. See the graphic on the screen. It guides you through emotional wounding, your attachment patterns, your path to unconditional love, both for yourself and for others. And when the activation sequence builds really your outer stability, the Venus sequence brings you into your inner stability, into your emotional integrity, into the intimacy within your own self and your own heart. Again, this isn't about fixing or changing what is perceived to be broken, but it's revealing what's always been whole underneath. And Richard Rudd, the creator and founder of the Gene Keys, he says that really the Venus sequence is a journey of softening. It's softening our defenses. It's softening our heart. It's softening our armor. It's softening the fear that tells us it's not safe to be us. This sequence takes us back to our childhood conditioning, and it really brings us into those places in which we've suppressed, that we've closed off, that we've disconnected from. But it also shows us the path forward from separation into connection, from wounding into wisdom, with the context and the idea that our relationships are our greatest teachers. They are our greatest mirrors. And they are revealing where we are not free and where we do not love ourselves. That is the purpose of relationships. Sure, you can find that co-creative force of joy and happiness and love with a partner, but at the end of the day, the relationship is not designed to make you happy. It is to reveal where you are not yet free within yourself. And if there's one thing that you gather from this video, it is just that. Because so much of our desire is to need the other person to fulfill our desires. And if we don't get that, then we feel unworthy. We don't feel whole. And so it's this codependent mechanism that keeps us stuck in our very own cycles. And so it is so crucial to take the bigger picture and outlook of relationships and know that they can be a beautiful container for deep and profound love and growth. And they are here to support you to evolve into your greatest self. So there's 6 main spheres within the Venus sequence. There's 4 in the activation, our life's work, our evolution, our radiance and purpose. And through the activation, or through the Venus sequence, there's 6 spheres. Now, purpose is sort of the bridge sphere because we contemplate our purpose from the activation sequence of our own inner purpose. And then we contemplate it from the lens of our sort of purpose in relationships. And next up the line, we have the attraction sphere. This is who and what you magnetize based on your frequency. This is how you call forth relationships into your life. The next sphere is the IQ. This is your mental intelligence. And this is directly related to your core development from ages 0 to 21. Now, each of these 7-year cycles, 0 to 7, 7 to 14, or 8 to 14, and then 14 to 21, we go through these cycles. And so the IQ governs our 14 to 21 stage. Then we work backwards through our EQ into our emotional intelligence. This is the emotional system we've developed through the lens of our own genetic code that's within us, the gene key that's placed here. And then, of course, revealing what we've experienced as children, with our emotions. Most of us have been told that, our emotions aren't valid, especially our negative ones. And so therefore we've suppressed them and repressed them. This is the development from 7 to 14. And then we get into the SQ, which is your spiritual intelligence. This is your heart. And this is your soul's innocence and core frequency of love. And this is from your 0 to 7 age cycle. Then we get into our core. This is the deepest wound that we carry, and this is often linked to our birth experience. This is already embedded within us. Our soul chose this wound pre incarnation as we were born at the specific time, place, and date of birth. This is when that imprint happens. And actually, it's said that the imprint actually takes place 88 days before birth. And so each one of these keys and line numbers represents how the specific wound and gift shows up within our relational life. And so why this sequence is so powerful is because no matter how conscious we are, it shows our unhealed emotional patterns that keep playing out in our relationships. And we see how these wounds can really support us in our evolution. By when we take full responsibility for ourselves, we don't play victim, we can really step into a place of empowerment and liberate ourselves into a place of self-love and liberate our heart so that we can truly thrive within our relationships and really all of life. And so, some contemplative questions you might want to ask yourself while going through this journey is, where am I still protecting myself from love? What emotion or pattern feels oldest or most familiar? Can I see the wound and still choose to open my heart in the midst of being in that fire? And how might my greatest pain become my greatest source of connection? Now, again, going through this sequence, it could take you many months. You contemplate these keys one at a time. There's no rush. It's a deep, slow